What up, world? It's Festive Reverb, back in the studio. Normally I'm here with a new synthesizer, but I'm here with this vintage classic Juno 106. This is the one that was released in 1984, and the third iteration of the classic Juno line, being the Juno 6 and the Juno 60. What can I really say about the Juno other than this is an iconic synthesizer? It has set the standard for lots of polyphonic synths today, and this is the first polyphonic synth that you can get under $2,000 upon its release. At that time, had lots of great analog synthesizers. Some were polyphonic, but may have been more expensive and arguably more harder to program. And the Juno kind of broke synthesis through to the common musician at that point in time. It was used on countless amounts of hits in the 80s, movie scores, all the way up till today. You could still find this Juno in studios like Mark Ronson or Jake One or Dr. Dre, Kevin Parker from Tame Impala. Juno sounds are absolutely iconic. So this synth is nearly 40 years old. We just picked this up from Synth City at Rock and Roll Vintage, one of our preferred shops right here in Chicago. So we're just gonna break down why these sounds are so cool in the first place and share a little bit about how to get these sounds by more affordable means, like using a few other different newer Roland models where they've sought to recreate some of these sounds using their analog circuit behavior technology. But before we get into that, let's just break it down right at the source. So one of the main things that I love about the Juno is its immediacy in terms of being able to take any preset and shape it how you want. Got your envelope right here. You can turn this into a little bass line. You also have this sub oscillator here, and this iconic filter. That has its own envelope as well. And another cool thing about the 106 is this version has MIDI. The Juno 6 and 60 don't have MIDI, but those have arpeggiators, and this one doesn't have an arpeggiator, but it's got MIDI. So of course, I could easily sequence with a preferred MIDI sequencer. So of course, fat bass lines are well within the wheelhouse of the Juno. Let's see about chords and leads and pads. Now the Juno only has one oscillator, this DCO right here, but what makes it sound more fat, more full, and just has this iconic nature to it is its chorus effect. So, it sounds a little dull now, but you just add this chorus. And there's two styles. This is style 1. And who doesn't love the ability to play chords, especially when this was released? This is why this became so popular and just heard on so many records throughout the 80s, 90s, and even now. It does go back to this chorus, because if you have this off, these chords just don't sound as good, really. At least in my opinion. And with the Juno 6 and the Juno 60, there was a little hack. With the 106, you can't do this, but with those two, and even in some VSTs you see this, you could use both of the styles of chorus at once to create a third style of chorus. But I can't do that on this one because this is the 106. And you might notice when I'm playing with this chorus, just the introduction of this noise or this warmth that the chorus brings. And this is why having the real thing sometimes is the best way, because even the VST tries hard to emulate this chorus and does a great job, but something about the noise that it introduces. I know a lot of people use the Roland chorus pedals to sort of recreate this feel. But yeah, it's just a really iconic effect and pretty much adds the secret sauce to most of the Juno patches that you hear. I want this chorus on, like, at all times, and that's actually a little bit peculiar for me because I usually don't use chorus if I'm using a Juno in like the VST, but on this standalone synth, I want it on all the time. So I'm gonna take this pretty cool sequence I got and just use this one patch and sort of switch it up, hit some faders, try a few different things so you can hear just the wide range of sonic capabilities from this Juno. So another cool and really iconic feature about the Juno that's been basically replicated in lots of synthesizers post the introduction of this idea in the Juno, and that's this LFO. So we all know what LFO does, but then you have this interesting parameter here, the delay time. And what's cool about this delay time is, you know, you could play a chord and have the LFO start at a delayed rate. So it's something that I've only seen on synths that were modeled after the Juno, and they were very open about being inspired by the Juno. So it's really cool to see the actual original source of that idea on this original Juno. Oh God, can't you just like hear the bad cult classic 80s detective movie in this patch? They just arrive on the scene, they're checking it out. Now there's some trouble coming around the corner. So obviously those sounds in the original Juno 106 still sound great today. The Juno 106, the original version, would still fit well in any studio, but hey, not everybody has $2,000 or $3,000 to buy a vintage original. Thankfully, there's lots of options to get you in that same ballpark, including some from Roland themselves, like their Juno X or the Phantom series that features a lot of the Juno sounds. Also, Roland has put some of the Juno functionality into their new AIRA J6, and I will show you in a second. There's also polyphonic synthesizers that can get you in the same ballpark, like those from Sequential or Oberheim, or even Udo Audio, who famously engineered their synths purely from the Juno Jupiter sort of ethos and layout with their Super Gemini and their Super 6. And of course, Roland has answered their own call to people wanting all these Juno tones with their boutique series, particularly this JU06A that we have here. This is really cool. It's battery powered, portable. It also comes with an optional 25 key keyboard that's Not really that great. It's there if you want it. I kind of prefer it as a desktop unit because it does sound good. You can select from the 60 or the 106 filter, has a built-in delay, which the original Junos did not have a built-in delay. And this JU06A in many ways is a little bit more practical than having a full-size Juno at your disposal, especially if you're trying to go portable with it. The layout is pretty much the same, so if you're familiar with how the Juno's laid out, this shouldn't be foreign to you. It's got its own keyboard mode, it's got a chord mode, it's got an arpeggiator, and again, I'm not a great player, so I appreciate having all of this on board. So you could also achieve lots of Juno sounds in this new J6 by Roland. This actually packs in every preset from this JU06 inside, but you don't really get much control of the synthesis. You have a basic filter that only allows you to sweep through the cutoff and the resonance, and then you have basic envelope. And then you also have basic delay and reverb to control all the presets from this JU06 that are within here. But I MIDI'd this up to go into the JU06, and now I have full control over each patch. And the really cool thing about this J6, it's also a chord sequencer and chord player. So you have all of these chords in there organized by actual style and genre. So they have it all laid out. You have to refer to the manual on what the actual numbers refer to, but they're all broken down by genre instead of actually theory and chords. So it's really cool to jump in and just sort of dive into different styles. And then they also have this variation mode in here. That's sort of like an arpeggiation, but it's got different variation modes and styles. That's all I got for y'all today. I hope you all enjoyed a bit of history with these iconic Roland Juno sounds. Definitely let us know in the comments below if you prefer the vintage original over the new ACB recreations that Roland has put out, or if you prefer some of the other VSTs from some of the other software companies that has sought to create these iconic Roland Juno sounds. Let us know. We'd love to learn from you all as well. That's all I got for y'all today. I'm Fest Grandiose, signing off with Reverb. As always, stay safe and keep creating. Peace.